So you're writing a film that you're gonna shoot over the next few weekends. Maybe you got a buddy that's gonna help you do it. You haven't made a film in a while. You also don't wanna disappoint yourself or your friends by making a film that has no teeth. There is one scene in particular that you should make sure to avoid writing. It kills the storytelling and makes your films drag. Audiences hate watching it. This seemingly harmless scene can sneak its way into your script and into your film if you're not careful. Ask me how I know. After this video, you'll know what to look for and how to keep this little succubus from vampirizing your story as well. But before I talk shop, what do the following scenes have in common? Can you spot the pattern?
Here you are.
Thank you.
Well, you paid for the drink this time.
No, but seriously, thank you for helping me understand.
It was not just me, Christina. You stood up for yourself. Seriously, how did you do it?
I suddenly just remembered the words you told me. I couldn't have fixed that. It was a relational suicide on my behalf. Just, I feel bad that I didn't leave her earlier, you know?
It's better late than never. Just remember, every scar tells a story. A story that says, I have survived. Never forget that. I want to hear you say it.
I survived.
Kind of spelling out the themes and the lessons here. Huh?
Is everything okay?
Fine, Austin.
No, you're not. I didn't want to say something before, especially with him around, but is Jordan... Is he hurting you?
What?
Heidi.
Just stop. You don't understand.
That's the thing. I do understand. I understand completely. Every day I'm stuck as that little boy who couldn't do nothing, who had to sit there and take what was happening. I'm not saying my story's yours, but it's...
What's happening to me is not the same. I'm sorry that happened to you, but this is different.
Is it?
Yes, Jordan loves me.
Heidi, at some point, yes, Jordan loved you. You didn't fall for someone who was manipulative and abusive. You fell for someone who cared. You weren't foolish to fall for him. You have the chance to help yourself, and you're throwing it away. Something I couldn't do.
But if I accept it, then it becomes real.
Heidi, it already is. Heidi, I love you. I truly mean that. But let me help you.
There it was again. It happened again. Right there in that scene. Did you catch it? Let's do one more.
I lost my wife. My daughter don't believe in me no more. She don't believe in her dad. Is there any way that you can help me through this?
Jason, the most important thing that you've done so far is to admit that you need help. That's the first step in anything. It is clear to me that even though you love your wife and you love your daughter, you love your family, that you have got to deal with the demons of your past. Until you deal with those things and be honest with yourself about them, you're going to continue on this path of destruction. You're going to lose everything. So of course I will help you. But you have to promise me one thing, that you're going to be honest with yourself and honest with the Lord about what has been going on in your life. And you're going to have to be willing to fight. Fight like your life depends on it. Because it does. Not just yours, but the life of your wife and your child. It's not going to be easy.
I'm not gonna play this whole scene because it's 2.5 minutes long, but I'm guessing you probably picked up on the pattern by now. What do all these scenes have in common? Do they feel a little preachy? So you want to avoid the preachy friend scene. Whether you've got one in the middle or at the end of your film, you want to avoid having these types of scenes in your film for the following reasons. These scenes are usually devoid of conflict, which makes them kind of a snooze fest. The dialogue's usually too on the nose, it's too direct, and therefore comes off as unrealistic. These scenes tend to be heavy-handed, as you're spelling out the themes, the values, the morals for the audience. People generally don't like to be told what to think and how to feel. It's more satisfying if you let us figure these things out for ourselves based on what you've shown us. They just kill storytelling. You're putting the message before the story. You're not engaging us with storytelling, you're just telling us the story. When you do this, the story comes to a screeching halt. These types of scenes tend to drag for this reason. Making your film feel longer than it actually is, definitely a pace killer. On a side note, if you're a passionate writer-director and you're just kind of finding it difficult to go from constantly learning about how to make narrative films to actually making your own films, then hey, let's get you shooting a portfolio of lean, mean, shootable projects that you would be proud to share with the resources that you've already got. We'll get you started where you are with what you have and show you how to scale your efforts, okay? Basically, let's just get you making a lot more progress in less time. If you're interested, click the link below and let's get you shooting. But how will you know if you might have accidentally written one of these buggers into your script? If you've got a scene where a friend is concerned for your protagonist or trying to reach them in some kind of way, you should review that scene in your script and ask these 3 questions. Does the friend moralize about right and wrong in the scene? Does the friend spell out the themes or the lessons of the film? Does the friend give life advice to the protagonist? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, I would take a good hard look at that scene because you might have a stage 4 preacher on your hands. How do we write these scenes with concerned friends without it coming across as, well, preachy? Well, there is one simple fix for this. Let's see if you can spot how they did it in this scene.
Hey, Christopher girl! Hey, Diamond! Hey, Jade, why didn't you tell me you 2 were coming?
Easy, we wanted to surprise you.
Surprise! Yeah, I'm definitely surprised.
Crystal? What's this?
Oh, girl, that's nothing. I'm fine, really.
Your wrist says otherwise. Are you sure there's nothing you want to tell us?
No, I'm fine, really. I just, slipped and fell, is all. And this is a restaurant, so it gets a little messy sometimes, and it's very possible for that to happen. So.
Slipped and fell. Okay. Well, if you happen to slip and fall again, just know that me and Jade are here for you.
Yeah, so we're only a phone call or text away.
Thank you guys for your concern. But I'm fine. Really. And I have to get back to work, so I will catch up with you 2 later.
Let's see, babe.
Okay.
You catch it? They added conflict. Lots of it. Crystal's friends, they want to help her, but they can't just come out and say what they think of her situation, right? What if she's not ready to face the truth? What if she's in denial about her abusive boyfriend? She could very well ghost them or distance herself from them if she perceives them as a threat to her relationship, right? Like, these types of things happen all the time in real life. Plus, she's at work, right? All these people could hear what they're talking about, so there's conflict there. Conflict. If you don't have enough conflict, things can start to sound really preachy if it's a scene with a lot of dialogue. Audience engagement goes down. If you incorporate some good conflict in that scene, even if it's subtle, preachiness by default goes way down. And audience engagement goes way up because conflict is very engaging to watch. Some things you might consider when adding conflict to a scene like this. Are there opportunities for conflict that you can mine or create between the characters in the scene? What's a good reason why these characters might consider withholding what they really think about the situation? Can you mine or create opportunities for conflict in their surroundings or the circumstances around the conversation? Basically, what's going on around them that could be a source of conflict? Are there any opportunities for awkward moments that you can take advantage of? If you check out the short film The Willows, Dawn's story, there's another example of the concerned friend scene that does not turn preachy because they make great use of conflict. Lots of conflict in here. But what if the scene is at the end of the film, after the climax, after all the main conflicts have been resolved? Like, how do we handle that? Well, let's look at how they did it in the short film, Carla. The context for the scene you're about to watch here, the driver, our protagonist, has saved this woman from her abusive boyfriend. He's now taking her to an abused woman or a battered woman's shelter. This scene is like the end of the film.
Au plaisir, Jalil. Au plaisir. Enfin, au plaisir. T'as compris?
Tu crois que je peux te demander ton numéro?
Ouais, bien sûr. Je te donne ma carte. Ah, ça caille. Y a tout là-dessus.
Merci.
Tu veux bien m'envoyer un message quand t'es arrivé chez toi? Dans le sud-ouest? Là où il fait chaud? Ça me rassurerait. Je peux te poser une question? Et si t'as pas envie d'y répondre, t'y réponds pas. S'il te rappelle, tu fais quoi?
Je suis désolée, se faire foutre.
Très bien. Tu peux prendre la carte? Je pense qu'ils doivent t'attendre là pour la chambre.
Oui.
Donc tu m'envoies un message quand t'es dans le sud-ouest? Ça marche. Ok, bon bah, au revoir Carla.
So before he asks his invasive question, he qualifies it by letting her know that she doesn't have to answer it, because he doesn't want to risk offending her. After all, she's still a stranger. They still barely know each other. This could have easily turned into a preachy film scene where he tells her, don't get with guys like that again, you're worth more than that, yada yada yada. But it didn't, because we added little subtle conflict. They're still both strangers at the end of the day, so it's probably not a good idea to start preaching and theorizing and moralizing to somebody whom you barely know. So even if the scene is at the end of the film, find conflict. Maybe you got a lot of ideas for films, but you're dealing with chronic lack of motivation because of the work week hangover. Or maybe you got a problem with scope creep. All of your ideas just grow and grow and grow until they become unshootable. If any of this rings a bell, then you should check out this video that I did next, where I walk you through a 10-step process for making films the smart way. We're not building rocket ships here, okay? This is a very common sense approach to getting things done, because a good system shortens the road to the goal. And I'll see you over there.